a good immigration lawyer. So in my life, I have seen countless immigration lawyers, countless, countless immigration lawyers. Let's not get into it, but yeah. So I've seen countless immigration lawyers, and I know, as you probably know, that there is such a variety, such a very varying. There's such a wide range of immigration lawyers in regards to the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like there's such a wide spectrum, good, bad, ugly, okay, passable, just and a lot of the time people go according to their budget, which isn't which which is all you can do. However, I'll just give you five signs of a good immigration lawyer. Okay, so the first sign of a good immigration lawyer is someone that has specialized in immigration. So it's a really good start if this lawyer has actually specialized in immigration or has had experience with immigration cases. So I would say that's a strong start. Okay, so the first sign of a good immigration lawyer is either somebody that has specialized in immigration law or has had experience of handling immigration cases and be successful. Okay? The second one is a strong reputation and track record. So sometimes people might go and see somebody on recommendation, but you often need to look outside the box and see what their general track record is. Have they won awards? Have they been struck off? What are the Google reviews saying? So, strong reputation and track record. You know, some people might say, "Oh, but there's no reviews online." But word of mouth is he's very good. Look at the history. Like just look at the evidence in real time and see what type of track record that they have. Okay, because whether it's client reviews on Google or word by mouth referral, they should actually have a strong track record. Some people might say, oh, but it's a new immigration lawyer, they haven't had many cases. Okay, the risk is on you. Right. Clear and accessible communication. Hi Shanice Garang 4389. Hi. Okay, if you have any questions about how to find a good immigration lawyer, feel free to put it in the chat. Hi Haley Riley. Okay, so the second sign, so the first sign is specializing in immigration and having experience in immigration cases. That's a strong start, okay? The second one is strong reputation and track record. So look at their success rate. I mean, as a lawyer, you're going to win some and lose some, okay? But as a whole, look at their track record. Clear and accessible information. Clear and accessible communication. Thank you, Haley Riley. Much appreciated. Clear and accessible communication is so important because, as we all know, immigration cases have such strict deadlines, and so there are deadlines to do so many things. You can't be faffing around trying to get hold of your immigration lawyer. They should be easily accessible, or if not accessible, they should be able to return your calls, return your emails when they can. So the issue isn't whether or not they pick up at the first ring or, contact you immediately, but they should make you priority and keep you up to date, especially as there are usually very strict deadlines in immigration cases. Also, as well, and this ties in with the whole communication thing, is that your immigration lawyer should keep you up to date with your case as it progresses. Also, as well, when they do keep you up to date, they should not use excessive legal jargon. Meaning, when they're keeping you up to date, they should keep the language simple. They should communicate in a way that any layman can understand. Now's not the time to start using all these legal terms and legal words and things that the client may not necessarily be in tune with. So, great communication, reduced use of legal jargon, and updating you every step of the way. So the first sign of a good immigration lawyer is that they've specialized in immigration, they have experience in handling immigration cases. The second sign of a good immigration lawyer is that they have a strong reputation and track record. So that doesn't mean they've won every single case. However, they should have won the majority and they should have a really good reputation out in these streets, okay? Clear and accessible communication. So they may not necessarily be available the moment you call. However, they should be able to return calls in due time, respond to emails in due time, and keep you up to date as it progresses in regards to the case. Okay, so the fourth sign of a good immigration lawyer, and probably one of the most important, is that they give you a honest and realistic view of what your outcome could possibly be. So they should create honest and realistic expectations. So this does not mean they're going to be a negative Nancy and be like, oh my gosh, you're doomed. But then again, they shouldn't be like, oh, you're going to get a reply to this within the next 2 weeks, or oh, this is going to be wrapped up within a month, or I've seen this before, you ain't going nowhere. Like, no, like you need a realistic and honest calculation of what your case's outcome could be. Okay, so I would be very careful of lawyers that tell you that they've got this, you're good, just a bit more money, you're good, yeah, this is, we're acing this. Like, I'll be wary of, I've seen loads of immigration lawyers. I've seen about 7 or 8 at different times of my life. I've seen an immigration lawyer. Between 8 and 10, I've seen loads, so trust me. And you need somebody that's going to be honest and realistic, and yeah. I remember there was one lawyer that said, regardless of what happens, regardless of what your outcome is, we will appeal. And I know some people would say, that's very defeatist. However, I appreciated that. Like, cool, we can appeal if it doesn't go the way I want. And so, you might be somebody that wants someone that's a lot more positive and that's a lot more, success driven. But just to give you the heads up, some lawyers that are success driven, if they don't believe that they're likely to win your case, they probably won't even take you on. I'll be so real. And the last sign of a good immigration lawyer is someone that's professional and knowledgeable. As we all know, immigration law changes all the time. There's so many changes that you need to keep up with. Like, it's not stagnant. Obviously, there's certain things that do stay the same. However, there are so many changes, so you need a lawyer that is up to date on all the current information, or tries to be, at least tries to be. And so you need somebody that's professional and knowledgeable. Professional, You need somebody that is going to treat you as a lawyer should treat a client. There should be nothing inappropriate. There should be nothing questionable or unsuitable for the professional interactions that you have. So so just be aware that all lawyers, all lawyers are registered with a board or somewhere. So if there's any inappropriate settings, you can actually report them. May not help your case. If I'm honest with you, but they are accountable for their conduct. So just to recap, the 5 signs of a good immigration lawyer is that they have specialized in immigration, or they have experience handling immigration cases. 2, they've got a strong reputation and track record, and so by word of mouth or just by reviews online, you can see that they have that they have had successful cases, or they haven't been going around scamming people and stuff, and they're legit, they're all above board. Clear and accessible communication, so they respond to you in a timely fashion, and if they are unable to respond to you in a timely fashion, they are able to explain why it wasn't the case, or they are able to contact you as soon as they can. Also as well, clear and accessible communication, meaning they don't use too much legal jargon. So they're actually using words and phrases that you as a layman understand, okay? Honesty and realistic expectations. So, obviously you want an immigration lawyer who's going to be positive. However, you want honest and real calculations of the outcome of your case. And so, you want somebody that can manage your expectations, that can be realistic about your prospects, that isn't afraid to discuss appeals if needs be. Hi JS, JJA, JXS. Is there a quicker way to say that? And finally, number 5, the 5th sign of a good immigration lawyer is somebody that displays professionalism and knowledge. Professionalism. Meeting up at night, midnight in a graveyard or something doesn't sound professional, right? Or sending inappropriate text messages or inappropriate questions, etc., is not professional. Being rude or disrespectful or demeaning, or or behaving as a bigot, all these things are not professional. So your immigration lawyer should, the 5th sign of a good immigration lawyer is that they are respectful and professional at all times, that their conduct is of the highest standards when they interact with you or on behalf of you. And knowledge, as we all know, immigration laws change all the time. There's constant change, and so you need an immigration lawyer that's staying up to date with all the changes, all the updates, and is knowledgeable enough to communicate that with you in a professional and very clear, concise way or manner. Those are the 5 signs of a good immigration lawyer. Please like the live. I might do 5 signs of a bad immigration lawyer, because we have those out there. But yeah, so all the best for people in any immigration passa, mix up or whatever. As I said, I've had immigration issues. All in all, I think I've seen maybe between 8 or 9 immigration lawyers myself, which is expensive and stressful and can be disheartening. But yeah, so if you would like me to cover any other topics, immigration related, please say so in the comments. And thank you for joining my live. And once again, please remember to like the live. Thank you. Bye.